All right.
Awesome.
Welcome everyone.
Excellent. Well, it's great to be here with you guys. Welcome to Saturday, February 8th. We're 8 days into this leap year February, and we're super excited to do this training with you today. We are literally 3 weeks into building this business, and it's absolutely remarkable the caliber of people that we're attracting, the customers we're attracting to these amazing products, and we're just super excited. We're super excited about the future of this team. One Team Works. And this Zoom is really geared for people who kind of want to take a leadership role. In other words, they want to build a team, they want to have a permanent comment in their check, and they want to do great things. So we're going to talk a lot about what it really takes to do that, number one. And then stick around towards the end because we've got a really special announcement for our team that Dana's going to lay out. It's super exciting. So let me just start off with some of the basics here, guys. I mean, look, you know, anytime you do anything in life, anytime you do anything in business, it really all starts with a decision. You know, a decision that, hey, I'm going to do this. And I have to assume that each and every one of you are pretty darn close to making that decision if you haven't done so already. Otherwise, you wouldn't be taking time out of a Saturday morning, you know, to be here with us. But one thing I've learned over the 25 years that I've been in the network marketing profession is that you really have to have an emotional why, an emotional reason of why you're doing this business. And it really just can't be about, hey, I just want to make money. Because the truth of the matter is, you can make money in anything. It doesn't have to be network marketing. It could be another job. It could be another business for that matter. But when you have an emotional why and it's really centered around the benefits that a business like this can provide, it can be really super potent. And so I know a lot of you know what your why is. You know why you're doing this. Some of you are looking to build a better lifestyle for yourselves in your retirement years. Some of you have little ones running around at home and you really don't want to have to leave them during the day. You want to stay home with them. Some of you are looking for location freedom. And some of you are looking to get out of debt. I mean, there's so many darn reasons why. Just know what it is, because honestly, that why, that part of your story is really going to attract a lot of people that, quite frankly, probably have the same reason why they would want to join a business like this as well. So I would just kind of really urge you to kind of really, you know, get clarity on that and harness it. I think that the other thing I want to mention is, you know, several years ago, I wrote a book called Ripple Marketing. For those of you who have not seen it, it's called Ripple Marketing, how to build it huge in network marketing. And the philosophy around writing this book was really focusing on the 4 pillars, or the 4 quadrants of what you really need to do to build it big, to be successful over the long term in network marketing. And I'm just going to briefly kind of hit each of those. The first one is your mindset, right? Having the right mindset. Second one is the action you take, the specific income producing activities, what you do to actually build the business on a consistent basis. The third pillar is team, because if you go out and take that action, you're going to be put in a position where you're going to have team members and you're going to be in that position to actually build a team and get leverage in your business. And then lastly is the pillar of leadership. Now, the truth of the matter is not everybody wants to be a leader. Not everybody has what it takes. Not everybody is really interested in that. But to build it big and to get a comma, let alone, you know, a comma with 1 digit, let alone 2 digits in front of it, it does take a certain leadership role. And we're not going to dive too deeply in that, other than the fact that those of you, longing and striving to hit 5K, which is our first leadership rank, you are going to want to be thinking about what that really means. Now, let me just comment on what I think is the most important piece here. Whether you're just getting out of the gates or you got big aspirations with this business, it really does come down to the right mindset. And really the first piece of that mindset is belief. And in a business like this, there are several things that you have to believe in. Obviously, first and foremost, you need to believe in the company, you know, and My Daily Choice has had a significant track record. Ever since the company was founded 6 years ago, but just in the last 2.5 years, they've done over 300 million in sales, have become the world's largest CBD business, predominantly just here in the US. And just now starting to embark on the international marketplace as they go out and go out and chase their goals of becoming a $1 billion brand. But the belief in the company is one thing. the belief in the products, which some of you have already dove into it. I've seen all kinds of testimonies about the consumption of CBD and what it's doing for you and people you know. I've seen all kinds of testimonies about the hair care line, all kinds of bounce and just sheen and all this stuff, including my two daughters, incidentally, one of which I took out to dinner last night. We had a date night last night, and I said to her, I said, Catherine, I have to be honest with you, your hair looks beautiful. And she's like, oh, Dad, you're just looking for another testimony, aren't you? I've heard you talking about this on the phone all week. I'm like, no, I'm not, but I'm being sincere. She goes, you know, thank you. It actually feels really good. I'm thinking of getting it cut. So I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. I've heard stories about the Mantra essential oil line. I've heard stories about people getting the High Life Travel, the digital travel product, and actually saving money. And I think there's a lot of also excitement really centered around some of the future that are coming. But getting those belief in the products is a big key. So first of all, it's the belief in the company. Secondly, the belief in the products. Thirdly, the belief in the model of network marketing. Many of you may be new to network marketing. I'm here to tell you, I've been at it for 26 years now. It's the most liberating profession you can ever be involved in. It's really powerful. Every generation is looking for something. And network marketing is not the only opportunity out there, but I can tell you, if it's done right with the right people, amazing things can happen. Amazing things can happen. So believing in the space of network marketing is really important. And then lastly, it comes down to believing in yourself. In simple terms, guys, it's like being able to look in the mirror and say, I can do this. And I'm here to tell you without the mirror that you can do this. You can definitely do this. So I think as you go through that belief thing and harness that belief, we're here as a team. One team works. We're here to help you install that belief, keep that belief, and advance that belief. Not only in yourself, but the other people you attract. So I would really kind of urge you as you kind of launch your business here to think big. Whatever you're thinking right now, think bigger. Okay. I would also urge you to have a no fear attitude. It doesn't matter who you approach. It just matters that you do approach people in a consistent way. So when I say no fear attitude is it doesn't matter what the response is to the people you reach out to, whether you're leading with a product or leading with a business model. If they're not interested, they're not interested. Just get really good at working through people, but don't be fearful of what people think, even if you have not been successful in business or you haven't had a business of your own for that matter. I think the other part of the mindset is most people that get involved in network marketing, inherently, they believe that they have to go out and lead with the product. I think with our case, we probably have the highest trending, most talked about product in the history of wellness. So there's an obvious reason why you'd want to talk about these products, but I also believe that our most potent, powerful product is our opportunity. So becoming good at being business forward is going to be a really important part of your mindset, because look at it. We're offering people the opportunity to own and operate their own online CBD business with a fully automated marketing system for less than $500. And so when you go out and reach up to some of the best, brightest, most successful, motivated, entrepreneurial-minded people you know, they're going to be interested if you lead with that conversation. So being business forward is important. And then, of course, as you can see, I'm pretty darn excited. Just in the last 24 hours, I think I'm up to 6 pre-enrollees. And you know what? It's just fun. So the posture that you lay out is a really important piece of this thing. So I don't want to over, pontificate on mindset, but I got to tell you, it's really important. And Dana, I know the mindset that you've had is giving you a lot of success in your business endeavors. Is there anything you'd like to expand upon as far as that is concerned?
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. I've had a large organization for a long time, and I know a lot of you guys have dabbled in network marketing or have gone big in the past. And so mindset is, I believe, what goes on in between our ears is probably the number one thing that creates a success track. It's just knowing you can do it. So I remember the exact moment where I had a shift where I was struggling. I didn't give up through the struggle, right? That's the key between those that succeed and those that don't, and those that give up instead of figuring it out, right? I've learned this a long time ago, that entrepreneurs figure everything out. They're resourceful. If they can't figure out how to get someone to say yes, or how to, you know, get someone to put their email in, or how to walk people through the video tour, they figure it out. You know, they're willing to like learn and adjust and grow, right? Like a tree to sunlight. And so I'm just here to let you guys know that we see you. We see you growing. We see you struggling. We see the beauty that comes out of that growth as you grow into leadership, or hone your leadership skills you already have. Because there, you know, I see a massive group of 55 leaders on this Zoom that are going to make magic happen in their business, that are going to have growth, that are going to really make an impact and a footprint in their life. And so that excites me. It excites me to help all of you win and make your dreams come true. And those whys, like that emotional why, writing it out is powerful. Typing it out. I encourage every single one of you to type it out in the chat. Why? Because it puts that message out into the universe. It helps all of us to see that emotional reason of why you're doing this. And it helps you not to give up when times get tough, when you need to grow like a tree to the sunlight, right? And so the mindset piece is big. Like I remember the exact shift when I was sitting in my first network marketing event. It was a convention, and I was sitting in the back of the room, and I was brand new to network marketing. And mind you, David Scoltetti was on stage getting all these awards, like, and I just remember like looking at all these people that were going on stage and just being like, if they can do it, I can do it. You know, like what's the difference between that person and me? They just started sooner and they worked really hard. And I think if I work really hard, I think there's absolutely no reason why I can't succeed in this. You know, so it's like that shift of that belief going, you know, what are we telling, the stories we're telling ourselves? If that person can do it, I can do it. That's a story that would be conducive or help you to have success, right? That story you're telling yourself, or the story of, oh, this is too hard. Everyone's saying, no, I'm not cut out for this. I've gotten some text messages like that in the last couple weeks of people that just started 3 weeks ago and are already kind of, I'm not good at this. I'm not cut out for this. If you want to quit after 2 weeks, maybe you're not, you know, like that's just the truth. Not everyone is cut out for this. But the strong do succeed. You know, the ones that are the strong-minded, the ones that are kind of the never give up, the I'm going to figure this out. This is going to be incredible. I'm going to change my life with this. So those are the stories I want you guys to tell yourselves. And I also want you to be really in tune with that emotional why. And if any of you haven't written out your why in this Zoom, I encourage you to do so. This is a safe space. This is a space where we can all put massive virtual hugs around each other and tell each other that we can do it, you know, and lift each other up with our beliefs in each other and in the team as a whole.
Absolutely, Dan. And again, as the saying goes, together everybody achieves more. And this one team works concept, this heart-centered movement that we're creating is going to go around the world, and it's going to be big. It's going to be really big. And so what I would say, look, I mean, as it pertains to success in a business like this, as it pertains to going out and trying to run after that 5K hurdle, just remember this: success loves speed. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, what it means is one needs to talk to a lot of people in a short period of time. Okay, one needs to create a sense of urgency, not hype, urgency as to what you're doing and why, because your primary goal when you launch a business is to create that energy, create that personal momentum that can move you forward. Because whatever you do in moderation, anybody you attract is going to do in excess. So you also want to create that initial income story, which, by the way, yesterday was payday, and I saw a lot of social media pieces. Now, we don't make income claims here, but what I did see is a lot of posts about people completely blown away with the income that they receive. So if you were one of those people, feel free to post as a testimony in the chat what you received and how amazingly surprised you were and what you really had to do it. okay? But you want to create that story because that's really powerful, okay? That's really powerful. In order to create this speed that we speak of, it's all about building momentum with with pre-enrollees, getting people engaged, right? It's about leveraging social media, not in a way where you're saying, here, look at this, buy my product. No, about creating curiosity about what you're doing. One of the great posts, and we'll talk about this, actually I'll hold off on that. We'll talk about this in a couple moments, but we've seen some really fabulous, engaging curiosity posts over the last week that people are having a lot of success with, a lot, okay? The other advice I would have when it comes to creating speed, and this is just something that is just so fun to me, is gamify this business, right? Everybody likes to play a game. Everybody likes fun. Why not gamify it? And this marketing system does just that. And the more people that you engage in it and engage properly, which we'll talk about in a moment, the better off you'll be, the faster it'll go. Also, there's two other points of speed. A, keep it simple, and B, just be consistent with it. You know, I recognize that not everybody's full-time, like some of us are in this business, but whatever that time you may have, maybe you create that power hour each and every day that you focus 100% for 60 minutes and reaching out to people, and with a goal of getting 1, 2, or 3 people to agree to opt in and become a pre-enrollee in your business, okay? But success loves speed. The next thing I'll kind of touch on, and this is a really important piece, is it's not what works in this business, it's what duplicates. And again, to get that proper speed, you want duplication in what you're doing, okay? So you have to model what you want to duplicate. And this all starts with how you enroll yourself, because how you enroll yourself in this business is how you enroll other people, okay? And so what do I mean by that? Well, number one, everybody, and I mean everybody, needs to enroll with executive volume in their business. What does that mean? 200 BV minimum, because 200 BV and a 90-point auto ship qualifies you as an executive. Now, why would you want to be an executive? Well, there's a big money reason to be an executive. If you're just a director, you get paid 35% on your personal enrollees, and you get paid 2 levels of jump starts. Whereas if you purchase just 100 BV more as you enroll and become an executive and get a 90-point auto ship, then you get 50% payout on your personal enrollees and 4 levels of jump starts. So it's a real simple process. And if that's news to any of you, you may want to upgrade, because there's obviously a definitive advantage in doing so and being at the executive level. But it's important to be able to articulate that when you're following up with your pre-enrollees and they're asking, how do you get engaged? And again, it's probably happened already, but people will ask you, how did you get involved? And you want to be able to tell them, which leads me to the other piece, which a lot of people are entering with the executive pack. It's $599, 400 BV, because they're just all in. They're all in. They want to try a multitude of products, and you get to select 12, HempWorks products, which is pretty amazing. And again, however you enter, that's the way it's going to duplicate. Now, the other piece I'll tell you in terms of modeling is you want to get binary qualified. So let's assume you entered as a executive. You got your 90-point auto ship. Now you want to get binary qualified. I would actually envision it as a 90-point triangle, meaning you have a 90-point auto ship, and you're going to go out and enroll your first 4 people, 2 on the right, 2 on the left, and you want to have 90 points of business volume on each side. Those items alone will make you binary qualified. You'll be getting a return through the jump starts, and once month 2 kicks in and all the recurring orders start to happen, you're going to be part of the binary part of the compensation plan. So Dana, I know the people you're working with are modeling quite nicely. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, everything duplicates in this business. So what you just said, I personally recognize that when people get in, and this has always happened to me, how did you get in? That's the first question people ask. How did you get in? How did you enroll? And that's fine. You can always upgrade to executive. Definitely people can upgrade. But I had someone messaging me this morning my girl came in, she'd love to upgrade to executive. How do you do that? So in the first month, they allow you to upgrade to executive just by making up the difference between however many points you have now and the 200 points needed for executive. So if you make another order in your first month, then you can upgrade. And at any time you can upgrade, but with a 200 points. And it's important to do that. People, first of all, the number one reason most people don't have success is because they're not told what to do. The reason people don't go fast is because they're not told to, right? And so you have to be the one that steps up to say, this is how you're going to get success. You can make 3 different levels of income. I highly encourage you make the most income. And this is how you make the most commissions. You come in as executive, you get your 90-point auto ship, and then they're ready to rock and roll. And we're going to be talking in a minute about how they get to 5K, because you want everyone to have that goal right out of the gate to get to their first leadership rank.
Absolutely, absolutely. So before we get into the 5K, the modeling of that, let's talk a little bit about the system and how important it is to use the system. It's a simple 2-word answer. It works. It actually works. And so the keys to utilizing the system, from my perspective, having gotten, I think, over 60 pre-enrollees over the first 3 weeks, is number 1, understand that your job in using the system is to just be a well-paid tour guide. You don't have to make yourself the issue. You just want to get really good at edifying Josh, one of the owners that built the world's largest CBD company in 30 months. He will tell the story for you, okay? So it's just a function of being a tour guide, getting good at explaining and setting the expectations properly, right? And what I mean by that, and I'll just kind of walk through briefly what I do, when I'm talking to somebody and they're saying, well, okay, I'm kind of interested, send me, a site, send me some information. I actually go through the process, and each and every one of you should as well, go through the process of explaining to them, well, I'm going to send you a link to my marketing system, okay? And when you're going to come to the landing page, put in your name, put in your email, okay? And when you get to the other side, you're going to see a 4-step video tour by Josh Zweigel. He's the founder and CEO of the company. He's going to tell you about the company, where they've been, where they are, where they're going. He's going to talk about the product line. He's going to talk about how one can get compensated on it. And he's going to tell you exactly how you can get started if you're interested. Okay? Set the expectations of what somebody's going to experience. Okay? It's really that simple. And then, of course, when you do that, ask them, are you going to be able to watch it right now? Or when will you be able to watch it? Because I want to follow up with you. Or follow up with you. Just follow up. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say there. The other thing I'll mention in using the system is, and this is really powerful, and we're only just starting to figure this out, is because the system closes on Thursdays, this is a plan weekly, implement daily model. Okay, so we work in months, but we ultimately work in weeks. So as many of us experienced yesterday, is on Thursdays, if there are people who have upgraded as an affiliate and there are pre-enrollees above them, if they don't upgrade as an affiliate and purchase product, that person who did upgrade and purchase product is going to leapfrog above them by 12 midnight Pacific Standard Time. So it does create a little bit of a sense of urgency. It helps with the gamification of the thing that we spoke about, right? And it's very, very powerful. The other thing that I will mention that is really fantastic, actually, is that you want to be strategic with the landing pages. In your back office, the company gives you 20 or 25 different variations, different personalities, different messages on the landing page. Think about who you're speaking to. Think about, what the conversation was like before you send it to them. I'll give you an example. I woke up this morning. I did a post on my stories yesterday on Facebook, and I woke up to 4 people saying, "Yo, what are you doing? I want to learn more." And in one particular individual, friend of mine back in New Jersey, met him on tour with the Grateful Dead, and just, he's like, "I can see that you're in the hemp business. I'm really interested. Is there a passive income associated with this? I'm interested in CBD." So what did I send him? I sent him the one about taking advantage of the CBD revolution, because that's what he's interested in. You know, same thing applies that if I'm, you know, speaking to, let's say, a female that loves yoga, I'm going to send her that image of that woman doing that yoga pose because she will relate to that. That would be, you know, that'll fit well. There's also, you know, a post about retirement. If I'm speaking to somebody who's maybe in or entering their retirement age, that's something I would say, because that'll hit a nerve with them. That'll relate with them. So be strategic with the landing pages. I know, Dana, you've been getting a lot of pre-enrollees as well. I mean, it's pretty basic stuff, but do you have any you know, tidbits or advice for that?
Yeah. So if any of you guys have gotten more than 2 pre-enrollees in the last week, comment 1 in the chat. I want to know who else is in love with the pre-enrollee option. So I'm in love with it because, first of all, it gives them a spot in the tree. I like that. I like that it kind of reserves their spot. That way you have the time to follow up with them and they have time to watch the videos, and they still get a little bit of a sense of urgency. So I'm kind of, that's one of the most exciting things about this business launch, and it's a little bit new for a lot of us, but it's exciting to me. It's really exciting to me to have a built-in internet marketing system in a network marketing company. So we have a comp plan that will pay us really generously with a network marketing or with an internet marketing type system that you don't have to be a genius to figure out. It's copy paste, right? So that's not hard to do. So anyone, it's so simple that anyone can figure that out. That creates massive duplication for each of you. And so what I love about it, and what we've kind of been talking about, is gamifying it, right? So when people ask you about that hair care, when people ask you about whatever you're doing to create curiosity, your post about CBD, Danielle did an amazing post yesterday about her kids driving her crazy. Like, what mom can't relate to that? We all can, like the kids driving her crazy. And she's like, thank goodness for my CBD. It's keeping me sane. Like, every mom, you could see them commenting, like some of them are like, yeah, my kids were driving me crazy today too. But every single one of them can relate. And then they think of, oh yeah, and then they think of the benefits of CBD. What does it do? It increases our serotonin, right? It makes us happy. It gives us those happy brain chemicals when our head's ready to explode at our kids. It helps us sleep better. As moms, if we sleep better, then we can handle our kids in the morning before school easier. It's just so many different layers of the benefits of these products, but the curiosity you're creating. And then what I love about, we had a local team breakfast mastermind yesterday, and the stories, people putting it in their stories of the culture and the friendships and the bonds we're all creating, which our announcement at the end of this Zoom is going to be tied into the culture, the bonds, the fun, and making it a social media extravaganza to basically to put your arms out and welcome people into the fold. If they're our kind of people, if they're happy, if they're motivated, if they're positive, if they want to be the change they wish to see in the world and make a difference on a global level, if they want to really make a big footprint in their life and take back their power, you know, and so many different levels. So we're ready to welcome them into the fold, and the pre-enrollee is just the first step. It's so easy to get people to just put their email in. Hey, yeah, you want to know what I'm doing? You're going to love it. Let me send you a link. You can easily put your email in. Take this video tour. You're going to know exactly why I fell in love with this company.
Yeah, absolutely, Dana. And I think what everybody should really understand is that there are so many, it's not, the words that you use, it's about, people are going to buy into the height of your enthusiasm versus the depth of your knowledge. Okay. So you don't have to be an expert in CBD. You don't have to be an expert in network marketing. You need to be just really good at being enthusiastic about what you're doing and why you're doing it. And, you know, I mean, you can go as simple. I mean, look, when that post that was really successful in a week, all it really said was, it was just a straight up question. How many of you use CBD, and what benefits are you deriving from? You know, or some variation of it. And I saw people getting anywhere from 5 to over 100 comments. And what was fascinating to me was the fact that overwhelmingly, the comments were extraordinarily positive. Yeah, I'm taking it, and this is what it's doing for me. Yeah, I'm taking it, this is what it's doing for me. Right down the line, which really is a validator, socially, a validator of how powerful this compound can be. So when you do a post like that, you have to engage with those that are engaging. And it's not within the feed, mind you, where you can get this big dissertation going. It's really reaching out to that person privately and saying, hey, thanks for responding. I'm happy you're consuming CBD. I'm super excited about it. I just started my own online CBD business. Would you be open to looking at my brand? I mean, that's one avenue you can take. Depending on how you know the person, maybe you can say the same thing and saying, since you're so excited about CBD and the power of it, and you realize how powerful it is for people, would you consider owning your own online CBD business if there was a fully automated marketing system to help you make money doing that? I mean, you won't know unless you ask, right? So it's a really powerful thing to engage with people. When you engage, obviously people are going to be like, okay, well, maybe send me a link or something. You do it. And then of course, as always, the fortune ultimately is in the follow-up. So Dana, before we can talk about this a little bit more, but I think we should really dive right into becoming a 5K and what that really means, what one needs to do. I'll just make the broad brush comment on it, and I'll let you kind of elaborate strategically. In order to be a 5K, it just is what it is. You have to have 5,000 in volume in your organization that is derived from your personal enrollments. Okay, so as you're enrolling people, whether you're enrolling people on the left side of your organization or the right side of your organization, right leg or left leg, doesn't matter. As long as you're the personal enroller, whatever that volume that's derived from that person down is your personal enrollment volume. And in simple terms, there's a 50% rule, which means that you can only use 50% of the volume from your largest leg to equate to, not your largest leg, 50% of 5K to qualify. So for example, let's say I were to sponsor Susan, and Susan went out and started referring it and getting affiliates to join her, and ultimately she did 5,000 points in volume. Okay, and I could only use 2,500 of that points to attribute to my 5,000. The other 2,500 would have to come from other personal enrollment legs. Okay, I hope I said that. I try to say it as simple as I can, but it is pretty simple, right? And so there's so many different ways to do it. Dana, I know we've had some really high level discussions with some really great people talking about that in the last 24 hours. I mean, what would you add to that in terms of achieving that?
So a lot of people in network marketing will have one large leg. That's normal to have one or two really, superstars that just take off. And then a lot of people doing, a little bit, we call it the 80%ers, the 15%ers, and the 5%ers. And the 80%ers are going to be, doing a little bit, and that's okay. And we love them. Most people can change their life with an extra $500 a month, so that we're here to be world changers and help people change their life and for the better. So if they just want to do $500 a month, that's okay. But most people will have that 15%er that really just gets it and takes off. And so if that's the case, you can only count 2,500 or half of the, same thing for 10K, 25K, all of the rigs. You can only count half from one particular enrollment leg. That means one person that you gave your pre-enrollee link and they signed up. That's an enrollment leg. And so the rest can come from all of your other team or from another big leg. But the thing I love the most is in the dashboard in your back office, there's a little thing at the bottom of the dashboard that says rank details. That will give you the exact details of exactly what you personally need to get there, right? So the rank details is one of the best things ever. It calculates exactly where you need to go, exactly how much you have left. I'm a goal-oriented person. I have to know exactly what I need this month. I like to say my goal is this much, and I need this much BB per day to get there, right? So I know I have, it's the 7th, is it the 7th or 8th? I'm not sure what day it is. And however many days are left, we have 29 days this month because it's a leap month. That's awesome. But how many days do we have left? And what do I need BD-wise to get there? And so that's what I encourage all of you to do, is treat this like a business. You know, we're not treating it like a hobby. We're going to step up and treat it like a business. As a business owner, I know that my goal is to get to this spot in my business by the end of this month. And so how many people can I impact their life and help them? It's just, how many can you help? You're helping a whole lot of people. I'm going to help this many people. So to get to 5K, there's a couple different ways to get there. And for me, I did a little bit of math, and we have the me plus 3 equals free. That means if I come in with an executive pack and I turn around and I sell 3 executive packs to my closest, warm market list, I have me plus 3 equals free, because I'll get $200 commission from each executive pack. 3 of them together equals the $599 or $600, and you get your pack paid for, which Rachel Bree said she got her investment back in 2 weeks. That's epic, okay? It's epic to get your only overhead and your investment back in your business, and then after that, it's all profit. So we want everyone having that goal of getting their investment back as quick as possible. And so what I did in my math today is, if you have 4 runners, 4 different people that all do the me plus 3 equals free, 4 runners that get 3 each equals 12 executive packs, and that gets you to 5K, because 5K in volume is 12.5 executive packs at 400 BV each. So if you have 4 runners, each getting their 3 to get their investment paid for, you're at 5K. That's one way to get there, okay? Obviously, the rest is just helping a whole lot of people. I don't ever recommend you doing it all by yourself, although you could, obviously. I recommend it's a team thing. It's a team thing. We create the culture. We create the accountability. Maybe create a small messenger thread on Facebook with your top runners, the people that are raising their hands that say, I want it this bad, this is what I'm going to do to make it and to get there. So if that's the case, I highly recommend you creating that accountability and constant communication with the people that really want it. Give them that support, give them that love, make it so that the communication is really, really there, and that it's a team effort to help those people succeed, because all ships rise with the tide. You have 3 or 4 people that you're helping them get to 5K, then you're at 10K and 25K pretty quickly.
Awesome. Yeah, so if this is something you want to achieve, just reach out to us. Reach out to us directly, whether it's Dana, myself. We had 3 5Ks last year, and Stephanie, Tara, and Tyler. Reach out to them. If you're working with them, reach out to them today and say, you know what? I can do this. Work with me, help me do this. And as a team, we're going to help you do that. And if you do that, there is a little bit of a special sauce added to our announcement here. As a matter of fact, I think we should get right into it, Dana. I think we can elaborate a little bit on.
I think so too.
I'm going to give you the stage for this. This is something that we're super, super excited about. Why don't you lay out to everybody what we're doing?
Okay, hold on. I'm typing something up. Okay, so we had a lot of you have heard of our launch plan. Our launch plan is having a 90-day run into a one teamwork event in Vegas. And it was going to be in May. And so we had a Zoom with Josh yesterday. And Josh said, no, we're not doing it in May. May's too far away. We'll still do something in May, but we're going to move it up. They are having a road show, which is like a mini convention. Which is like their regional event, but like a mini convention. And we got to ask Josh how many people he expects to be there at the road show. So their road show is March 21st in Vegas. And they're already doing it. And so he said, what we would like, this is what we envision for your team. Because first of all, corporate is noticing us. Corporate is noticing our team. They're taking a lot of the leaders and corporate in My Daily Choice have reached out to me A lot of people are saying, wow, what are you guys doing? Like, they're recognizing that we're coming on the scene and we're going to dominate pretty quickly. And so, and that's my goal, is to make sure that they at corporate and My Daily Choice know who every single one of you guys are. I want every one of you to rise in leadership so that everyone in the company says, whoa, what are they doing over there? And so what Josh said is that they want to, and this, mind you, they've never done this before at all for any other team. They want to do a special VIP fly-in for our team, March 21st weekend in Las Vegas, March 20th and 21st. We will have a special 5K and above leadership dinner on Friday night in Vegas. We will have they will have the whole road show all day Saturday. And then Saturday night, they are providing for our team a 5,000 square foot skyloft penthouse at the MGM Grand to have a special mastermind mixer with giveaways, with products, with hors d'oeuvres, with drinks, with all the whole shebang for our team in a 5,000 square foot skyloft at MGM Grand, with corporate, with Josh and Jenna, with all sorts of like bells and whistles, and then also a private corporate tour for our team on sometime during that, I think Friday daytime, a corporate tour. If you want to see the home office, if you want to meet the corporate staff, if you want to see the warehouse and see everything that I've seen because I've been there to visit, I highly encourage you guys making this happen. Like, this is special VIP treatment from our new company, getting to meet the owners, getting to hear their stories, getting to feel their hearts, getting all the VIP treatment. It's going to be epic. It's going to be super, super epic. So I say we get as many people in that skyloft as we possibly can, make it a social media frenzy, a super fun party, and grow our hearts, our minds, our skill sets together and bond as a team and make it happen. So that's our announcement. March 20 and 21st is going to be a VIP fly-in just for our team. And I highly recommend you make it happen to go, because it's going to be completely epic. Like, something we will leave there completely shell-shocked.
There's no question about it. And again, I've been in this business, as you know, Dana, for 25 years, and really events in general have really driven every organization that I've built. But I think this is going to be one of those special ones, because not only is it the launch of something special, but the truth is we're walking into a company that is in full-blown momentum. And there's a big difference when you walk into an energy like that. I talked at the top of this Zoom about belief. Your belief will be at a level, your knowledge base from the training they provide will be at a level that you probably will not need the train, the plane, or the automobile to get back home. You'll be able to fly back home directly. And that's no hype. This is just about, installing belief, having recognition, and as Dana mentioned, having that like real intimate mastermind with the team at large, which quite frankly will be the leaders at large, that is going to take not only One Team Works, but play their role in taking this company, really to the next level. And it's a really great opportunity to be able to have that mixture, as you said, with the owners of the company, executives, some customer service leads, whomever it may be that's there. And I think it's going to be super cool in the penthouse on the top of the MGM. It's going to be really fun. We're going to lay out, we have some other surprises that we're going to be laying out there, but we want each and every one of you there. I can tell you got to look at this from the perspective as an investment in your business. This is a business, it's a tax deductible investment. I mean, events are in general. So whatever plane fare, I would urge you, as you're working with team members, Vegas is a fun place. You can bunk up, get rooms. They're pretty inexpensive. And just look at it from this perspective. It's one thing for you to make that decision today to be there. It's another thing for you to make a decision. You're going to be there and you're going to bring 4 or 5 people with you. Okay. And so it's all, as we talked about, this whole thing is centered around posture. and having that right posture is really going to be a big thing. So with that said, let's stop the recording and maybe talk about a couple other things here, Dana.